Oh, hello, friend. Come, join us by the fire. The story's about to begin.
Welcome back, everyone, to Fireside Dice. So last time we had therapy. I am your game master and narrator, Jens Anderson, and I'm joined tonight by our lovely crew. So let's go ahead and reintroduce ourselves to who the players are and who they're playing.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I play Leven, the monk.
I am Josh. I play Bafuur the dwarf.
I'm Riley, and I play Suri the warlock.
And I am Skylar, and I am playing the bard dad, Bartholomew.
Last time we had a lot of therapy, but rather than having me do the recap, we've elected, and Emma, would you like telling us to what happened last time?
I would love to. So, last session, we started, I would say, in media res, traveling to the Moonsilver Temple with our vampire guide, Casimir. On our way, we learned a little bit more lore about the various angel flights that can be found on Innistrad and their roles and how they interact with the world, really. At one point, our dwarf friend, his squirrel companion, gave us a little bit of a teaser about a nearby ruin that might be worth looking into, but the group ultimately ended up deciding that it was a better use of their time to carry on towards the Moonsilver Temple and the Needle Eye Pass. At one point during our travels, Streff and Mauer visited Bart in Bart's dreams, and they engaged in a battle of wills, for lack of a better term. Fortunately, out of this battle of wills, Bart came out on top, which was very exciting to see from a player perspective. And the session ended really with the party reaching Needle Eye Pass, but however, their path was blocked by a an abandoned border post that the path continued on the other side. So ultimately, Leven was able to get on top of the border post's wall, and we left off with her tying a rope to allow the others away up and over.
So let's go ahead and resume back in media res, as you put it, and roll for initiative.
I was waiting for it.
What?
Yep.
Bart and Bafuur, you two notice first that as Leven is up on the wall, trying to get a rope tied around one of these spikes to throw down to you, the statues on the top of the portcullis area move and seem to come to life as two gargoyles jump out and down at her. Bart, you're first.
All right, so he's going to see what's going on, and he's going to point up at the gargoyles, and he's going to yell, "Leven, look out behind you!" And as he does, he is going to cast Shatter. It's with any creature within a 10-foot radius sphere. And he's going to center on a point, if possible, that gets the two gargoyles, or a couple gargoyles.
One of them will pass, the other fails.
I rolled bad damage. That is going to be 7 thunder damage on a failed save. So 3 if they succeeded.
Okay.
A creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. Oh, that's... I probably should have finished reading the spell before you rolled.
That'll mean both fail.
Oh, sweet. So they both take 7 thunder damage. And the calling out for Leven to warn her of the impending danger is also going to be him giving her bardic inspiration as his bonus action.
Cool.
So that's going to be a d8 on any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw that you make in the next 10 minutes.
Okay. You said saving throw, attack roll, or what else?
And ability checks.
Ability check. So basically, I roll a d20.
Yeah, basically anytime you roll a d20, you can add a d8. You can add the bardic inspiration after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. And that will be his turn.
Bafuur, you're next.
So, Bafuur, noticing almost right after Bart did, and having a very similar reaction of kind of shouting out to Leven to hide for cover and shielding with the hands, kind of is gonna, those hands still up shielding, is going to unintentionally cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, so we have one that is right next to where Leven is, and we have one that is on the other side of the gate.
It'll be the one next to Leven.
Okay, so go ahead and throw me a spell attack.
15.
15 will just hit.
That is 11 damage.
11 damage. Nice.
Radiant damage.
Okay, so having the Aether come up around you, it shoots out like a dart and hits this thing center mass, and you can feel the tides of fate changing around it, and the next attack against it will have advantage. With that, the first gargoyle gets to make its attack on Leven. Because Leven has not gone, this is at advantage.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's fine. Hit me with it.
Both ends of the spectrum. A 20 and a 1.
Okay.
That's so interesting. So. A crit for minimum damage.
Nice.
We're fine.
So, Leven, you, having this warning, managed to get just a little bit out of the way before this thing bites down onto your forearm. Your upper arm.
Okay.
And it has another attack. And it's going to, as it has your upper arm in its jaws, is going to try and sweep out for your midsection. Which, considering that you're aware, what's your AC?
My AC is 18.
With a nimbleness that only years of training can give, you manage to suck your gut and get out of the way even while it's got you in its jaws.
Okay.
And so the second attack will miss. And with that, you get an opportunity to go.
Okay. Yes. Did you roll 2 separate things for the gargoyles?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that it latches onto her arm, and so she'll dodge the swipe, but immediately, just almost pure reaction, she'll grab her her staff, her spear, and just using a one-handed attack, considering the other's occupado, she will jab at it, and that is a 19 to hit.
Which will hit.
Okay, that's 8 piercing damage. And I forgot, as a monk, I leveled up. I now have an extra attack. So, again, she'll hit that first time, yank it out, jab back at it again.
Okay.
27, that's a nat 20.
A critical hit. So go ahead. For the critical hit, you're going to assume 1 dice of maximum damage, and you're going to roll again.
Okay, nice. So, roll. So, 1 dice of maximum damage, so that's 1d6 plus 5, and that 5, it was a critical low. It balances each other out. Plus 4.
So
that
6
would be-
plus 5, 11. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can tell that there's some level of resistance as your spear is going in, that it's not doing as much damage as you would normally think.
Frick. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading through my features again. Cool. I'm gonna spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows. And that's with my bonus action. And I will make 2 unarmed strikes with, that are key empowered, just naturally. So 1, 2. That is a 19 and a 16 to hit.
Both of those will hit, so you stab your spear, and now you're just kneeing into this.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a total of 15 bludgeoning damage.
And you are considered magical for this?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I didn't know key points were magical. That's cool.
Well, so monks at 6th level, unarmed strikes count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and stuff.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's really handy.
It is very handy.
The other gargoyle which seemed to be just a little bit more, whether it was lethargic or didn't respond as quickly as the other, for some reason, acts after Leven, and is going to hop down and, looking at your group, tries to find the most prime target. And Suri, you have not acted yet, correct?
Who told you that?
That's a crit on you.
No way.
They are getting some good first strikes, but not for much damage, so let's hope.
Good thing I have a lot of
That was much better than what it did on Leven, but not for you. That will be 12 damage to Suri.
Okay, that matches me with Bafuur's maximum health pool, so it's fine.
Go ahead and just rub that one in, why don't you?
Ouch.
And it will have a second attack on you.
Oh, I'm sorry for everything I said.
What's your AC?
This is karma.
12.
That will hit. So,
I'm squishy.
that's another 6 points of damage to you, Suri. As this thing does the same sort of trick, grabbing onto your arm and then using that leverage to get a swipe at your midsection. So with that, Suri, it goes to you.
If I wanted to cast a 20-foot radius sphere of damage, could I do that without hurting allies?
Not really. The one that would be hit if you were trying to minimize collateral would be Bart.
Does Withengar want you to do it?
If I cast this Bart... I shouldn't say this until... Okay, I guess I'll just point-blank Eldritch Blast him and see where that gets me right now.
Point blank Eldritch Blast, because if this is a ranged attack at melee range, it is at disadvantage. That much I do know.
Okay. After looking at my spells, I think I'm just going to cast Armor of Agathes, which gives me 15 temporary hit points, and if I get hit with melee attacks, it'll do 5 damage every time I get hit. 5 cold damage.
Well, you upcast it, right?
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah, that's...
So instead of
it's
5
spawned
damage,
at level
doesn't it
1.
do 15?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 15 cold damage per hit. That's a big
That's actually
difference.
pretty strong.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I
So
think I'm
as
fine
you
with
see
that.
the shadows coalesce around you, and you can see the frost start to coalesce onto you as well. So, anything else you want to do with your action?
Yeah, I'll move my maximum distance away, like behind whoever those two I'm standing next to are.
So you're going to move around Casimir to behind Casimir and Bafuur?
Yep.
Okay, so it will take an opportunity attack as its reaction, which does hit, which will deal 3 damage. Well, no, 5 to you. And it will take 15.
Oh, nice. They don't resist cold either. That's good.
Top of the round. Bart, you're up next. Bafuur, you are after Bart.
So recognizing that one of the gargoyles has come down and has attacked Suri, Bart's going to move away probably about 15, 20 feet, and he's going to cast Shatter once again, trying to do it in such a way that it won't hit Suri. And this time...
What direction do you want to leave the gargoyle from?
That's a good
Do you
question.
want to go back down the path? Do you want to go towards the door?
I would avoid moving to the side too much because that puts you near a cliff.
If he moves to the left, is that towards the drop-off cliff or the mountain cliff?
Okay, so facing the gate, if you go to the left, you'll go to the cliff going up,
Okay.
not the drop-off.
So he'll move to that corner to the left, right up against the wall. So like to the left 1 and then forward 2 squares.
So he's making a knight's move in chess to get
Yep.
away from this thing.
And he's going to format a shatter spell to try and hit the gargoyle, but not Suri. And this time, as he turns around and he backs away, he's looking at the gargoyle, seeing it attacking Suri, and he's reminded of his manor that he used to live in, they had gargoyles over the entryway of the home. And when he found the house crumbling and burning, he distinctly remembers seeing those gargoyles cracked and in pieces on the ground. And channeling that anguish, he's going to cast Shatter at 3rd level.
Is this a 15-foot cube, correct?
10-foot radius sphere.
10-foot radius sphere. Yeah, you can center that in such a way that it won't hit anyone, including yourself.
Cool. So it's going to be another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. And this time it'll be 48.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
That was almost max. That's going to be 30 points of thunder damage.
30 points. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Who says Bard isn't a killer?
I think this is the first thing that he's actually killed.
I think so. Did I kill it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, dang.
With that memory in mind, he puts his hand forward, and there's this streak of invisible force from his palm to where the gargoyle is, that like the air and reality sort of sucks in, and then there's a little like shockwave burst right at where the gargoyle stands, and this crack of thunder shatters the thing.
So, with that, Bafuur, you're next. We still have the one that's up on the wall right next to Leven.
Bafuur is going to draw his crossbow and take aim and fire. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
8.
8 damage.
8 damage.
Allow me to ask, is your crossbow magical in any way?
It is not. So 4.
You guys are doing my math for me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Leven, I need you to make either a acrobatics check or athletics check for me.
Okay.
And tell me, do you beat a 23?
Oh my gosh. That's a good question. No. What happens to me?
The gargoyle almost like hunkers down and like tackles you. And as it grabs around your waist, it starts to fly over the chasm.
Oh.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's cool.
And as you start heading out, it proceeds to drop you.
How far out over the chasm am I? Am I like kind of relatively close to the wall, to the drop-off wall?
So it would have gone 30 feet out, which would be 20 feet from the cliff.
Okay.
The cliff goes down 500 feet.
Does the cliff cast a shadow? Okay. Wait, is it my turn right after?
It is your turn right after.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
as it proceeds to drop you, do you want to try and grapple it back to keep from falling?
You have bardic inspiration.
I do. Yeah, you know what? Okay. I'll try to do that. I'll try to grapple it back so I'm not, that will take the action. We're going to make this a digital roll. Is that so I roll what
You're
do I
going to
roll?
roll athletics to try and grapple it. It can roll athletics or acrobatics to try and avoid.
Okay. And I'll see the roll. I will probably use the bardic inspiration. It's not bad. I am going to roll that bardic inspiration though. That was a 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
22.
22. So there's almost a panic as you are over what is certainly going to be just splatter. And in a panic, you grab around the gargoyle now.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem to like that.
I would think not.
Here's the funnest piece. If this thing goes down, Leven goes down. So with that in mind, Suri, what would you like to do? Oh, I haven't had Casimir go at all.
He's just standing there
He's just...
huh.
It's like, do I want to help them? Do I...
He has got his sword and his shield out, but he doesn't seem to have any sort of range capabilities.
That makes sense.
So he's going to start taking a look at, can we get through this fire and can we get out of here? So, Suri, it is you.
Oh man, to be honest, I have no good spells for this.
That's been Bart this whole campaign.
Welcome to the position of, I don't have anything useful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait. So wait, who's grappling who right now?
So Leven is grappling the gargoyle. So she's not falling, but we are 20 feet out from the cliff face.
I could give him like disadvantage on checks, but that would use my other spell slot. And it also wouldn't guarantee that you would be safe or that he falls.
I might have a backup. I might be using a backup character next time.
I know I have a plan.
Okay. Did anyone see how much, like, have we hit on this? Have we hit this gargoyle a lot?
Bart and Leven have.
Okay.
Yeah, Leven wailed into it pretty hard. Some of it wasn't great damage because non-magical weapon, but
Bafuur dealt 4 with a crossbow bolt.
that's right.
Bart got some chip shatter damage into.
Okay, Suri, what are you doing?
I think Suri just has to. I think Suri just kind of has to accept that she can't do much here and basically say somebody help her.
Don't be afraid to hit it.
If
That's what Suri would do. Do it.
Oh,
I won't be mad, I promise.
Oh,
Oh, no.
The Wi-Fi.
He couldn't
The
make
accursed
decision.
Wi-Fi.
he's like, I don't know, I'm out of here.
So, with that, we're going to go over Suri's turn. Bart, you are next in the initiative.
Okie dokie. So, seeing the gargoyle carry away Leven, he is going to... I would have to run to the edge of the cliff to get within 30 feet of the gargoyle, right? Would I be able to get within 30 feet of it?
Yes, so if you took your standard 30 feet of movement, you'd be able to be within 30 feet.
Okay,
It
so I'm going
was
to do
60
that.
feet away from you. So you are just barely in range.
I am going to do that in hope that gargoyles are not immune to charm effects. And I'm going to cast Suggestion. You need to make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, it must pursue the course of action that I have described, and the course of action I am describing is bring her back.
And you see that it is continuing to fly out.
Dang it.
Actually, did I successfully grapple it?
Mm-hmm.
Its speed is reduced to 0. I'm assuming it can stay in the sky where it's... Oh, well, I don't know. It has wings.
That's where
The rules...
That's
Yeah.
where the tricky part comes in.
Do you really want to grapple his wings?
I just don't want to go out much further from the cliff face.
But if you
because
grapple
I
his
can-
wings, you will fall.
Right. But if I'm within 60 feet of a shadow up top and like a shadow of the cliff face, it's a long shot. I don't know what time of day it is, how the light's being cast.
So
but
my understanding is that the way that we're going to rule this because it's flying is its ground speed is 0, flying speed would be halved.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Bafuur, it is all you.
Not knowing if this is going to work, and more just seemingly out of frustration, Bafuur is going to kind of take like a backhand swing and just swipe his hand through the air at an angle at the direction where the gargoyles is, and cast Thaumaturgy and see if he can create a gust of wind to bring the gargoyle closer back to where it started to fly away from.
That's a really creative use of that.
It's a cantrip. It's
Nice.
not powerful, but something.
I want you to roll a religion check for me.
A religion check?
Yes. Or let's have this be a religion based off of your wisdom.
So just use my wisdom modifier.
If you're proficient in religion, then you'll get your proficiency bonus.
Gotcha. 17 plus 1.
That is so interesting. Because normally this sort of thing wouldn't be very effective. And you cast this, it's this small gust of wind. But it almost seems to suggest to this thing a level of turbulence out there that it might not want to go out to. And with that, the gargoyle starts to turn around. And it's going to try and drop its load. Leven, I need you to make another athletics check.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I will do that. Let me do that first. It's 14.
This thing is struggling. You're trying to keep a hold, and it manages to shove you off in just a way. And you reach out, try and grab its forearm or anything, and you just feel the tip of its fingers. You are falling.
Okay.
Leven, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I need the time of day. I need the shadows being cast. I need this gargoyle social security number.
Gargoyle does not have a social security number or a bank number.
Okay, yeah, no. Question to ask: Are there shadows? Like, are we in shadow right now? It's a pass. That will be my argument. Is that it's a pass? So I feel like, unless it's high noon, there's gonna be shadows.
High or low?
Low.
We're like, oh or no.
Leven, you are falling, and as you're going down this cliff face, there's this very slight ledge that's about 30 feet down from where the rest of your group is.
I will say the minute I start falling, I will reaction slow fall.
Okay.
Continue.
I need you to roll me let's make this a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom, just straight wisdom.
Just straight wisdom, seeing if you're going to panic or if you're going to be able to focus enough to jump through these shadows.
Okay. It's an 18.
Between trying to get over to the cliff face to try and slow down a little bit, and once again, just those ages of training and time that you have spent surviving, you calm yourself, center yourself, go directly towards this hole. You put together absolutely desperate last-ditch plan. Go for the ledge, jump through that shadow, jump out to someone else's shadow that's on the cliff face, tuck and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And it's executed perfectly.
Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Excellent.
And considering that you rolled so high, I'm going to even say that you stand up on your feet and you can still do any other actions as part of your turn.
So I'm definitely not in range with it anymore. I don't want to be in range with it anymore.
Are you sure about that?
Right now? Yeah, because in range of it means no.
Okay.
She's just gonna take the rest of her action to kind of catch her breath. I think this is the first time everyone has seen her visibly shaken. Because she knows it was close. She knows. So, that's her turn.
Okay. With that, Suri, it goes to you. This is going to be kind of the last little bit before this thing starts to fly away. It wants to survive.
Yeah, we're gonna try not letting that happen. I think you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking one Eldritch Blast already missed. Well, I want to cast Eldritch Blast. I rolled a 2 on my first one.
Don't you have multiple blasts at this point, though?
Yeah, I have 2. 17 on the second one.
The second one will hit. It dives out of the way of the first one, and anticipating that it would dive, you hit it for the second one. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
Oh, I only did 8 damage. Ooh.
And this thing is just diving. Took out one whole wing, and it's going to hit the ground. With that, we are out of initiative.
Suri will look over the cliff face and yell, and don't come back!
Leven, I think this is the first time that you'd be like leaning back against the wall, trying to not panic.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And so, Bart, you look over the edge of the cliff, you see that she's not there, and you look behind you, and she is leaning back against the wall.
I must admit that's a pretty neat trick.
I don't think it's ever saved my life before, but I have to agree with you.
Talk about Chekhov's gun. You pulled that ability out last session, and it saved your life this session.
Seriously.
So-
I mean, I haven't had a chance to use it up until now. And I was like, oh, hey, this fits. It really fits. Okay. Yeah, no,
Oh,
she's leaning there. And I think after Bart addressed her, but I think before that and even after that, she's muttering under her breath, I can't die here. I can't die here. I can't die here. Just repeatedly. So, and she'll get control of herself as fast as one can after that. And she'll compose herself and step away from the face and just kind of shoulders back, confident stance.
Bart will move away from the cliff face, back to the cart, and is looking around for any other signs of danger.
And you don't see anything immediately. I want you to roll me a perception check.
Bafuur is also scanning the area for targets.
Go ahead, roll a perception check.
It's a nat 20 for 27 total.
Oh.
Ooh.
Bafuur rolled a 12, and my 9-month-old is wailing in the background, so I apologize.
Bart, with an nat 20, I feel like that deserves a little bit of, like, story exposition. How about you?
I'm always down for some story exposition.
Let's hear the flavor.
That pocket bacon flavor.
Casimir looks around and says, We better get moving sooner rather than later. The Ashmouth is not something to be tampered with. Combat might have attracted other things, and just as he says that, on the far distant peak on the other side of this chasm, Bart, standing back a little bit, looking at your full group, you can see just over the flames and below the portcullis the falling of almost an avalanche as something has been disturbed from the top of this peak.
Can I tell what it is? Or do I just see the falling rocks?
At first, it's the falling rocks, and you would guess that it's something fairly large.
Is it coming directly towards us, or like what's its trajectory?
You don't see what it is yet. It's when you hear the roar that you are definitely worried.
Everyone, I feel like we need to get in shelter. We need to get out of the open.
Does that mean that you go through the flames? Or do you want to try and take the time to tie a rope?
How far into tying the rope did Leven get before the gargoyles attacked?
Not far enough to be safe. It's still hanging there. If she were to jump up there, it would probably take one action to do it.
Leven, how quick can you get that rope secured?
I don't know if it will be fast enough. I can try.
It's either that or running through the fire.
I can cast a spell that would make us harder to detect. Not invisible, but less obvious. It would make us more stealthy. She's like looking out. I don't know if this beast knows that we're here. It might be worth a try.
It's up to you.
I would try it.
It won't hurt, and she will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. So we have one round of actions before whatever this thing is enters the initiative. So I'll just go down through the initiative order, and then we'll go back into initiative. So Bart, is there anything that you want to do to prepare?
I don't know if there's anything I can do. I know Suri and Leven both took hits. Can I tell which one is hurt more?
Roll a medicine check. And the two of you, tell me what your HP totals are.
Max or current?
Current, out of total.
Okay.
I am 35 out of 53, but I have the temporary hit points from killing the gargoyle and the armor of Agathes. I don't know if those stack or not.
I have 44 out of 48.
Bart's gonna rush over to Suri, recognizing that she is the most hurt out of the group, and he is going to cast Healing Word at first level.
Okay.
So that's going to be 8 hit points.
That's nice.
Bafuur, anything that you want to do to prepare?
I will tap Bart on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Okay, an extra D4 in the next, I want to say, 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. That's really all I got for prep.
Okay, Leven, you're casting Pass Without a Trace.
Yes. She'll position herself so all of her companions are within 30 feet. And then she'll cast it so everyone has its benefit.
Including Casimir, or are you leaving him out of this?
Of course, including Casimir.
Okay.
We're not rude.
I know that some groups are, and they're just like, you're an ally. You're not an actual person.
Casimir seemed to exclude himself from the fight pretty well.
Ooh.
So Casimir's going to take his go, and I don't see any way to get this thing off. We're either going up and over, or around the wall, or through the fire. Suri, that means it's you.
All right. So, if I cast Mage Hand, could I start tying that fancy little rope for us to climb up there?
Roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier.
I was thinking, because she learned some hunting skills from her dad, so she would know maybe a couple of knots, hopefully. Oh, I got a net 20.
Ooh.
Suri, you're a survivor. When you were very young, you would go out on hunting trips with your dad. Because it was the two of you. Because you were far away from the community. And you always were trying to learn the snares and the traps because however much you wanted to, you couldn't pull back Daddy's bow. At some point you got a little bow of your own, but being able to tie a good knot was an essential skill for you growing up. It's something that you could do in your sleep, and it's something that apparently you can do without even truly seeing the knot that you're working on. As you just go through the mental picture of, okay, you do it this way, and then you go through this motion and tie it off. The rope is available. And with that, now everyone can see, sweeping over the chasm and coming into view over the portcullis, a couple 100 feet in the air, is a dragon.
I did not know it.
I think Leven, seeing it come closer, would have turned to the others and just put her finger to her lips and basically shh. Because they do have... I don't know if it's used.
They have true sight.
Frick! Well, okay. It just makes up...
So Bart,
It gives us...
Bart, it is your turn.
Okay. Having not had a lot of experience with dragons, he is going to look for somewhere that he can hide.
Your best guess would be in that gate of the portcullis.
Can I get in there, like, up next to the fire without going through it, or is
Yes.
being close to the fire gonna?
So it is behind the fire is behind where.
Oh,
the
okay.
gate is.
I've been picturing it like inside where the portcullis is. Yeah, I'm gonna move under the gate, under the portcullis.
And my guess is that you could probably squeeze everyone into there.
He's gonna move in and like silently be like, guys, come on, come here.
I want you to roll a persuasion check.
17.
Okay. You guys can all determine as to whether or not this is convincing enough to be a good hiding spot with Bart. So, Bafuur, your turn.
I'll hide there.
Okay. So you go in, you're squeezing in. Leven.
She'll follow.
Okay. Suri, I'm going to let you make your decision before Casimir goes.
Suri has full faith in Bart, so she'll go over there and she'll whisper, "The rope is tied. We can climb over if we need."
I need you to roll a persuasion check as well.
You're not gonna believe this. I got another nat 20.
Yes.
Nice!
Looks like we're climbing a rope.
Casimir looks around at you all and says, okay, I trust your judgment. I need everyone to roll a group stealth check.
With plus 10 bonus.
Woo.
It's a very good thing that you gave us that plus 10 bonus, because Casimir did not do well.
Frickin' Casimir. That's a 25 for Leven.
25.
26.
27.
Please tell me.
Please.
19.
Oh, come
Oh,
on!
Oh,
I rolled a 6.
Oh,
Okay, so out of 5 total rolls, we needed a simple majority of successes, and we just got it. This dragon flies over, flies around, and you can see it go around the other side of the peak. As it proceeds to make a loop around the mountain, you guys have an opportunity to come out of your hiding spot and make a dash for that guard tower.
Is the guard tower on our side of the portcullis, or will we have to go through the fire?
You would either need to go through the fire or over the rope.
would they take the same amount of time, or would the rope take longer?
The rope would probably take longer. Running through the fire, you would take damage.
Bart's gonna hesitantly reach his hand towards the fire and just see does he feel heat? He's not gonna touch it. He's just gonna get as close as he can before the heat is unbearable.
Even from where you guys are standing inside of the gate of the portcullis, you can feel the heat coming off of these flames.
Oh, okay.
It seems like this is quite powerful magic. Not only to be a fire that doesn't seem to need a source, but also to be lasting for as long as it has. There's got to be some powerful magic there.
I say let's choose the rope.
Well, it's also a matter of if everyone starts climbing over the rope, it's going to take a long
Right.
time. You can try and
Right. It might be beneficial to have some people go over the rope and some people eat the damage.
I still have icy temporary hit points, so I could probably make it through the fire. Okay.
Not gonna lie, that thought crossed my mind earlier, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak in advance for Leven. She will shadow step once again.
Okay.
So
So shadow
it'll be
steps
easy for her.
across. And you're going to go
Mhm.
ahead and you're going to get that door open and get people ushered in.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Bafuur, you going over the rope or through the fire?
Rope.
Okay. I need you to make an athletics check.
That's why he's choosing the rope. He's very athletic.
And that's why I'm hesitant to choose the rope.
It's more to determine how long it takes.
25.
25.
Oh, nice.
You are used to this sort of thing. You are up and over, lickety split.
I'm gonna rush to the guard tower too and go inside.
Okay.
Bart's gonna usher Suri and Casimir to go ahead of him.
Casimir is like I said, you sometimes need to pass through the fire, and he's going to go through the flame. And you can see he grits his teeth a bit. Doesn't seem like that was pleasant, but he gets through. Suri, Bart, what are the two of you doing?
Waiting on Suri.
Suri will just look to Bart and say, I trust you'll make it safe, and know that I'm safe on the other side, and she will also run into the flame.
Okay. Suri, you had Armor of Agathis, which grants ice. So I'm going to only roll half the damage dice for this.
Nice.
In total, you're going to take 17 points of damage.
Oh, that's still more than I was expecting. Okay, that deletes the armor and all the hit points, except for one I got from Bart.
Bartholomew's going to check the sky for the dragon before making his way over to the rope and attempting to climb. You said that was an athletics check, correct?
Yes.
17.
It will do. As the group heads over this and they go into the guard tower, Leven, you end up, because you're the last one out,
Mm-hmm.
as you start to close the door, you can see the dragon just coming around the peak. You guys have dodged a bullet for now. But we're going to need to come up with a more permanent plan next time on Fireside Dice.
Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Fireside Dice. This podcast is produced by Realms of Roleplaying, and all music used in this program was created by Alexander Nakarada of Serpent Sound Studios. We'll see you all in the next episode.